Feeling a little
lost?
Let us help you find the magic. This is Disoriented.
Disoriented is a podcast that celebrates Disney parks, travel, and pop culture. Check us out on social media on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Disoriented, or our webpage at disoriented.me. You can also call us using our Google Voice hotline. That number is 716-508-0709. We'd love to hear all of your feedback and take your Disney questions. Hey everybody, welcome back to Disoriented. Hey Jess.
Hey Dave.
How are you today?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I am doing well.
Great.
On today's episode, we're going to run through a couple of quick news stories because there's been a heck of a lot of announcements and stuff happening in the Disney world over the last week or so.
Disney World.
No pun intended, I guess. So we are recording this in the middle of April 2019, so this information will be concurrent with that. This is the week that Game of Thrones is coming out, the first episode, and we're going to play a little game about that later on. If you're a Game of Thrones fan, stay tuned for that. But let's just jump right into it.
Okay.
I'm going to kind of go through these, and we'll stop and have some comments if we have any. But this we feel is important stuff if you are a Disney fan or if you are going to Disney World in the future, because there will be some changes, right? All right, let's start with some non-Disney World stuff. Disney Plus is a streaming service that the Walt Disney Company is going to be putting out into the world. We knew this already. I think we've talked about it on some previous podcasts, but now we have a price, we have a date, and we have some content. So going to run through a couple of items related to Disney Plus here, and if you have any comments, certainly, Jess, feel free to jump in.
All right.
All right, so the Disney Plus streaming service will debut on November the 12th of this year, 2019. It will cost you to subscribe $6.99 per month, or there is an annual subscription fee of $70 if you want to buy it all at once. I did some math. That will save you $13.92 over a monthly subscription.
Nice.
There is, well, this is not confirmed, but there is possible bundling with both Hulu and or ESPN Plus, because those are both ABC Walt Disney properties. It's assumed here that you'll be getting a price break if you subscribe to 2 or 3 of those services at the same time. What I would ask you all to do is check out an article that we posted on our website, disoriented.me, where we go through some of the specifics, have some videos that were shown at the investor meeting this past week to become more familiar with Disney Plus and to let us know what you think. So I added a comment form or comments, I don't know what to call it, but you can let us know what your feelings are about Disney Plus. And right now, Jess and I are going to kind of throw out there some of the things that we're looking forward to most from a content perspective. So I asked Jess to come up with one thing, and I'm going to mention one thing. These are both on the list, I believe, of items on that article, amongst others. And this is without saying, I guess, a preface to what we'll be talking about. You're going to get all of those vaulted Disney movies. You're going to get all of the MCU movies, all of the Star Wars movies. It's going to be the exclusive home for much of the content that was out on Netflix, on Hulu. So it's going to be in one place. It's going to be Disney branded, and it will be at that low price. So I see some value in it. Well, hopefully you all do too if you're going to subscribe. But certainly let us know with that comment form on our website. All right, Jess, I'll let you go first.
Okay.
I know we've read through some of the things that are going to be offered on Disney Plus.
Okay.
So what is one thing particularly or more that you're looking forward to?
Well, let me start off by saying I feel like Disney, just take my money at this point. I mean, this is a great price point. I think it's going to surprise a lot of people. And the one thing I am probably most looking forward to, and you know me very well because you assumed I'd guess this, is the Monsters at Work series, which takes place right after Monsters, Inc. And I believe most of the original cast is coming back.
Yeah,
John Goodman, Billy
John
Crystal.
Goodman and Billy Crystal are both returning.
And yeah, hello, I'd pay $7 a month for that show, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, certainly. I am as well. Now, the information and content that they kind of laid out in the investor meeting and Monsters at Work included, it is the first 2-year window of Disney Plus. So I don't believe that series will be available at launch, but I think that it's going to be available within the first 2 years of the service.
Okay, well, I'll take it.
Yeah, I mean, they have some heavy hitters scheduled for launch,
For
like
sure.
the Mandalorian series directed by Jon Favreau. That's a Star Wars series.
Love me, Jon Favreau. And The Lady and the Tramp
Correct.
live action.
That'll be
film.
available at launch as well.
Okay,
So
all right.
lots of good stuff. The thing that I want to mention here is the not fun stuff in some people's mind, but the nonfiction content that's going to be coming out. So at launch, there will be a docuseries about Walt Disney Imagineers. It's yet to be titled. That's why I'm calling it this. And then also, and this one is not set for launch, but there is set to be a documentary series that is, I guess, going to mimic the Ink and Paint book that's out there. So it's going to be about the women of the animation department as well. So looking forward to that. The book was fantastic.
If Disney can do a documentary on that content and put it in a way that Disney they're great storytellers. So I think this documentary will be great to showcase all the stuff from that book, because it was a big book, but it was a good book. So yeah, that one's I'm excited for that one as well.
There's going to be a ton of National Geographic content because they are part of the Disney umbrella or family now.
Woohoo.
A lot of good stuff. There was a documentary series about Animal Kingdom, I think, that's coming out for launch as well. So that'd be awesome.
So we don't have to feel bad when we put our kids in front of the TV.
Sure.
Learn about this animal.
Yeah, and I told Jess, I mean, as big Disney fans as we are, and the fact that we probably would have watched most of this stuff anyway, regardless of what service it was on, I think that, this is going to cover our entertainment needs for, many months to come after the service does release. So we're looking forward to Disney Plus. We want to know what you guys think. So please let us know by reaching out to us on social media, calling our Google Voice, or going to our website and filling out one of those contact forms. All right, moving on. Let's talk about Illuminations, Reflections of Earth. They did announce, well, we knew that Illuminations was going away. We've talked about this before as well, but similar to Disney Plus, they've now put an established time frame on its exit. So the last performance of Illuminations will be on September the 30th of 2019. So many of you already know the name of the replacement show. It's going to be called Epcot Forever. That begins the next day on October the 1st of 2019. So Disney Parks blog recently, this past week, showed a live stream of Illuminations, Reflections of Earth, to give it maybe a little bit of a send-off and to document and archive it so you can watch it at any time. So check it out on YouTube or whatever streaming services it's available on. But on that live stream, they confirmed, once again, the details for that Epcot replacement, and they also showed a little bit of a preview. So they cued in some music. They showed a little bit of a video. And then also, this is funny, I guess, in my mind. And a lot of the Disney fan community is reacting to this. The thing that they're trying to sell for this Epcot Forever show is the special effects kites they're going to be using that are going to be flown by people on jet skis in World Showcase Lagoon. So,
can I just say that screams temporary nighttime show to me?
and they've been very clear from the jump, I think, here that this Epcot Forever show is temporary.
Oh, no, absolutely.
And I guess with that out, let's also say that it's believed that the replacement for Epcot Forever, so the replacement of the replacement show, is going to be about a year out from that debut. So we're talking around the time of the 50th anniversary of the resort, so October 2021. No, wait, what am I thinking?
October 2020.
Yes, that's right. But the 50th anniversary is 2021.
Yes.
So
it was close.
Scratch that. Sorry, guys. Anyway, like Jess said, it seems kind of temporary and silly and frivolous that they're doing this jet ski kite thing, but hey, maybe it's going to be great.
Maybe.
Hopefully it surprises us all.
Yeah.
But I think that what they're trying to do with this Epcot Forever show is to really kind of capture the nostalgia and the feels from a lot of Epcot fans, because they're going to be bringing out, I think they showed video from Kitchen Cabaret in that the teaser reel.
Wow.
So you might hear some like veggie fruit in the Epcot Forever fireworks show. Who knows?
Oh boy.
But yeah, Illuminations, scheduled to end on September the 30th.
All right. Get your viewing in.
Yeah, so schedule a trip if you have not done so already to see Illuminations.
Or, turn on YouTube.
Yeah,
Just
you can do that as well. All right. 3 more quick hits, Jess.
Quick hits.
Comments if you have them.
All right.
Number 1, Star Wars Episode 9 now has a title and a teaser trailer.
Sure does.
So the title of Episode 9 is going to be called The Rise of Skywalker. So check out the trailer online now. This week that we're recording, Star Wars Celebration is also happening in Chicago. So expect another, not another, but a slate of Star Wars news and announcements to come out. Right before we recorded, they released a trailer of the Coca-Cola products that are going to be sold at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. They look
unique.
They look like grenades.
Yeah, they do.
We saw somebody online comment that they look like thermal detonators. They do. And they don't have the traditional Coca-Cola font. It's very Star Wars.
Star Wars, absolutely.
So, going for immersion there. Expect a lot more as far as announcements and teaser videos and stuff for Star Wars this week, so stay tuned. Any thoughts on the trailer, Jess? You did see it, right?
I did see it. I have not been a Star Wars fan since the beginning, but I will say I've enjoyed this last
trilogy.
I've enjoyed this trilogy, and I'm really looking forward to it. So, I really like Rey as a character, and I thought it looked pretty awesome.
All right, well, say goodbye to Rey because after this trilogy, they're wrapping these characters. So the Skywalker saga is going to end, and
so like Luke's ending, like for sure.
Correct.
Like he's donezo, even if he is a ghost. Okay.
Yeah, and they've said that the Star Wars film universe is set to go on somewhat of a hiatus.
That's fair.
At least for a little while, because there's been some burnout, especially after the reaction of Solo and some other things. But, of course, they'll be releasing television series on Disney+, like The Mandalorian, and there's a Cassian Andor series. That's one of the characters from Rogue One, Diego Luna's character.
Oh, yeah, okay.
He's going to be in a television series as well.
Wait, not him actually, right?
Yeah, it will be.
No
Yes.
way. So it's a prequel to Rogue One?
Well, right, yes.
A prequel to the prequel?
Spoilers, he did die in Rogue One.
What? No, I'm kidding. I remember that.
They all died.
I know.
It wasn't a happy ending, guys.
I remember turning to you asking, can this possibly be a happy ending? And you said no.
Yeah.
Not at all.
It was not. All right, so Star Wars.
Star Wars. I'm excited.
A lot of news on that coming out this week. Next, Disney has confirmed that Misner's Lounge at the Grand Floridian will be expanded and will be replaced and renamed, probably. It's going to be a Beauty and the Beast themed bar and lounge.
Yay.
Now, it's not going to be the same theme as Be Our Guest Restaurant, which is the animated version. It's going to be modeled after the 2017 live-action film.
I feel like they're really sticking to this 2017 film. I feel like it's been, I don't know, maybe it's not, but I feel like it's been everywhere. There was talk of the France Pavilion having that.
Correct. There's going to be a sing-along show that's supposed to be installed with Ratatouille in about a year's time.
Okay.
I think you're right. I mean, it did make a lot of money at the box office. I mean, in my opinion, and probably many others, the animated version is better, but
yeah,
I mean, people did go to see it, so Disney is certainly trying to capitalize on it. And when we were on our cruise, we saw the live stage show, which was fantastic.
It was very good.
It did run on Broadway, correct?
No, that didn't.
It did not?
No,
Okay.
It's just a Broadway-style show.
Okay.
It's honestly probably better than some of the shows I've seen on Broadway. So
fair enough.
That's, that should be saying something. But the concept art looks really nice, and it looks, I don't want to say like classy, but I thought it looks really nice.
Yeah, I mean, it would certainly get me to visit the Grand Floridian, probably more so than I would want to now. So if they, multiply that by however many Disney fans it impacts, and you get more people going there. So, I mean, I think Misner's was kind of old and tired.
Yeah.
I mean, it has that rep of kind of be like an old rich boys club, maybe.
Yeah, that's the one, like second or third level with the band right in front of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this will breathe some new life into that space, and hopefully it'll make it more of a destination for Disney fans that are on property and spread the people out some more. So look forward to that Beauty and the Beast themed bar and lounge at the Grand Floridian. All right, lastly on our quick hits, we wanted to mention to you all that there is going to be a Disney Villains After Hours event, and this is going to be taking place select nights this summer. I believe it's from early June through August when the Halloween parties start. So I think somebody had said there are 12 nights scheduled in that span or thereabouts.
That sounds about right.
So it is a limited run. Here are some things that you can experience there. There's going to be a brand new stage show featuring Hades and Meg from Hercules. It's going to be called Villains Unite the Night. There are going to be attraction enhancements for both Pirates and Space Mountain, probably similar to what they did for Mickey's Not So Scary this last year. And then the thing that I thought was most interesting, they're going to be letting the Maleficent Dragon from Festival of Fantasy, roam the park, probably along the parade route, I'm assuming.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, cool stuff. Now, they did make it plain in the announcement and materials that there are not going to be villain meet and greets, which is kind of strange because the villains are the focus of the show.
Right?
You'd expect there to be some type of meet and greet presence. And I think there's even some meet and greets at Mickey's Not So Scary. I know we saw Jafar and some other characters doing meet and greets, but apparently in this case there's not, which maybe means they're going to be face characters. Jafar is not a face character.
I know Meg usually is. And I think Hades might be. You see them on the Halloween show with the Sanderson sisters. You see a lot of the villains, and most of them are face characters.
Yeah, I think Facilier is, but I don't think Hades or Jafar are.
Jafar isn't. I'm not sure about Hades. I've seen old YouTube videos where he is not a face character, and it is extra terrifying.
Yeah.
But I'll say about this, I was really excited when I heard this announcement, to the point where I actually looked to see maybe how much tickets were when they were running, just out of curiosity if we could swing by and go down. But then I saw that, noticed that you can't actually meet the characters, which I thought was kind of odd. And to me, this just feels like just another money grab, which it very clearly is.
Sure.
Let's fill some summer nights, but I don't know. It just kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. And maybe it'll be really nice, but I'm not, dying to see it or attend.
I mean, it feels like they're trying to extend the Halloween season, right? They already have Halloween parties scheduled halfway through August through October, and they're making bank on those, I'm sure, because more and more of them are selling out. And maybe they just feel guilty branding it as Halloween before the middle of August, and they're just going to do something thematically similar, but keeping that revenue stream in place.
Yep.
Maybe I'm with you on the money grab thing. Let's wait to see how fan reaction is to it. It could be an excellent event, and we might want to go down and see it. Yep. So I want to see what they have to offer. I'm sure there'll be some videos from all the regular vloggers and YouTubers, so we'll check that out when it becomes available. But just wanted to let you all know that this is an option for you if you wanted to go down and check out that Villains event. Again, it's called Disney Villains After Hours, I believe. Rightly so.
Rightly so.
That's what it is. Okay. That is all the news we're going to cover, but before we end, like I had said, this is the opening week for the final season of Game of Thrones. And I threw an idea out there on Instagram this week. Follow us at Disoriented. Why don't we go ahead and try to associate some Disney characters with the Game of Thrones houses, very similar to a sorting exercise from the Harry Potter world, right?
Oh, yes.
So I threw out there, it was a picture of the evil queen from Snow White. I said, which Game of Thrones house do you think this character would belong to? So we're going to do something similar with a few princesses and then some villains. So, Jess, do you have a question?
I was going to say, full disclosure, Dave has read every Game of Thrones book out there, and I have not followed along on the show, so I might not be as good at sorting these folks as you are, but
we'll keep it to the major houses.
Sure.
I'm not going to get too niche with the guesses here. I mean, maybe I'll throw some out there for some Game of Thrones book reader fans, but let's start with an easy one. And I primed Jess with this one before the episode, so she knows, I think, where the conversation will go for this one. But let's go ahead and sort Merida, the Disney princess, into a Game of Thrones house.
Okay.
So I'll lead off.
Okay.
I think that because of her aptitude as an outdoors woman and her experience with bears specifically, I think that she would fit well into a northern house like Stark.
All right.
And Jess, I know, had an even more specific and better idea for Merida. So Jess, where do you think she would belong specifically in the north?
Oh, yeah. Okay, I almost lost it there for a second. I suggested House Mormont because, one, she's a strong lady.
Yes.
And two, Bear Island has a lot of strong ladies, and one is a leader. And
their sigil also was a bear.
Oh, my God, I didn't even think about that. Yeah. I win.
All right. So
call it a day.
You heard it first. Merida. She's of the north, and I would say House Mormont.
Right?
Yeah,
right? I think that's fair. Okay.
Little Lady Mormont is a big enough character on Game of Thrones.
She sure is.
People, I think, know where that is. Or know
stands her ground.
Sure.
Right? Okay. I like where that went.
All right. Let's do another princess.
Okay.
This one, I'm going to rely on maybe stereotypes. Maybe when I shouldn't, but I'm going to say Jasmine. Let's do Jasmine.
Okay, Jasmine.
Okay, Princess Jasmine from Aladdin.
Okay.
Now, there is one house in Game of Thrones they are local to a desert area in the south. It is dry, arid. Dress is very much the same. Lifestyle is very much the same as the Sultan's palace.
Okay.
I would say that Jasmine is a Martell.
Is that Dorne?
Correct.
Okay. There we go. I'm like, Dorne. Okay. Okay, that's fair. I was going to say, but I know one of these other princesses, I was also thinking about this, but I was also going to say Tyrell because she has a little bit of fire in her, kind of like Marjorie, where she kind of wants to like do good. I don't know if Marjorie wanted to do good, but
there's a manipulative element possibly there.
She's like, oh, my father won't let me out, but I don't know. I don't know, but I like Martell.
Okay.
I was literally just going to say Dorne, but thank you for knowing the house.
Sure.
Okay.
That's what I'm here for.
Super.
All right. Speaking of Tyrell, I'm going to go ahead and say Princess Aurora.
Yes.
I think belongs more so in the Tyrell house. Maybe even Lannister.
Yeah. I was thinking Lannister originally for Aurora, but I also don't think she's strong enough to be a Lannister.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's right.
In a weird way. I would probably say Tyrell.
Okay.
Or maybe, what is the Vale? What is what's Aaron?
Oh, House Aaron?
House Aaron. I feel like they're kind of out there. She's a little flighty.
I think so.
She talks to animals.
Yeah. Let's
go back to Tyrell.
park that for a second. And I think I'm going to say Aurora belongs in House Tyrell.
Okay.
Now, I'm glad you mentioned House Aaron because I really didn't know where to sort Belle as a princess. And the things that you just said, I think, make the argument for Belle being from House Aaron.
I kind of agree.
Yeah, she's an odd bird.
She's a
bird.
bird.
Their house sigil is a bird, a falcon.
Yeah.
That's very loose, but hey, I'll work with it. I don't know. They're just kind of the weirdos and strangers of the Westerosi universe.
Who else? I could. Okay, so that I agree with that.
My other thought was Baratheon because the Baratheon Stormlands are kind of like the open fields and pastures of Westeros. So when I think of her saying, "I want to adventure in the Great White Somewhere," that whole scene where she's kind of like dancing, Sound of Music style. I think of the Stormlands and where the Baratheons are from.
I want to adventure in the Great White Stormlands.
Yeah, sure.
I want it more than I can tell.
Put that on a t-shirt.
Stormlands.
But
okay.
I do like the argument that you made before unknowingly about House Aaron for Belle.
Oh, I don't really care for any of the Baratheons, so it's kind of hard for me to visualize her there. But that makes sense.
In the show, the Baratheons don't have the best gloss on them because of Robert and Joffrey. And Joffrey's not really Baratheon.
Yeah, you're right. Spoiler alert. What about, just because I like Brienne, what about Tarth? That's not a big family. Never mind.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's an area. I think Tarth is an island.
It sure is. I'm looking at a map right now.
Is it near?
It's near Baratheon. The Baratheon.
Oh, is it?
lands.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it could have been in the Stormlands. Okay.
Yep. Anyway, yeah, Belle. I could see her in either of those.
Okay.
Any of those.
Let's settle on either Aaron or Baratheon.
How about Aaron?
Okay.
Because I feel like I was witty.
Okay.
And accidentally came up with
All right.
that.
Jess has sorted Belle into House Aaron.
Yes, I have.
Okay, cool. Let's do a few villains.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll try to use some of the houses that we have not already. So this is an easy one. We'll lead off with this. And this is the one that we already have maybe discussed in passing. But the Wicked Queen from Snow White. I said, even on the Instagram post, probably Lannister.
Probably Lannister.
Because I'm thinking, Wicked Queen, Cersei being the Wicked Queen.
Homegirl's a Wicked Queen.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
I think she's vain, like the Lannisters are vain. Proud, like they're proud. I think she fits very well in the House Lannister.
She likes that wildfire.
All right, Gaston, definitely from the Stormlands. I can see Gaston being a bro like Robert Baratheon.
Oh, for sure.
Certainly.
Oh my god, yeah, he's basically a deer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right,
stag,
yeah,
whatever.
The stag is the seal of House Baratheon. Now, if you want to get in the weeds or a little nerdy with Game of Thrones, you can go House Tarly, because their sigil is the Huntsman as well. And on the show, you see Randall Tarly who is Sam's dad, and their brother, Dickon, which is a funny name. Jess just laughed.
No, I didn't.
They're both, I think they would get along well with Gaston.
Also, yes, I think so because he doesn't like that Belle likes to read. And also, oh my God, what's his name?
Randall Tarley.
Randall Tarley
Yeah.
is like straight up dissing on his son because he's smart.
Yeah.
And yeah, oh, let's go Tarley.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah, both really. That's good.
Yeah. All right. I had to throw this on because it was so obvious, but Captain Hook, I'm gonna say Greyjoy.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
He's for sure a Greyjoy. Although he wouldn't survive.
Oh, well, most of the Ironborn are kind of cowardly anyway, or at least the important ones that we know about, like Theon and some others.
He wouldn't make it.
No, Captain Hook definitely a Greyjoy because of the whole association with nautical things.
Yep.
All right, and then lastly, this one might be a thinker, but Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland. Now, I'm going to go out there and say Targaryen.
Oh, okay. I was afraid you were going to say Tyrell.
No.
And no, not at all. Targaryen, because she is
because she's insane and...
the madness.
Yes.
Okay.
Like, before the events of the show in Game of Thrones,
the current
the
events.
Targaryens were in charge, right? The last Targaryen king was called the Mad King because he liked to torture and burn people.
He was super.
Yeah, kind of a mean and spiteful dude.
Kind of a mean.
So, just the way that the Queen of Hearts acts in the same way, with the off with their head, very short temper, very irrational, possible mental illness.
For sure.
I would go Targaryen for the Queen of Hearts.
I agree with that, but if we could associate her with a character, let's go with Liza Aaron because Homegirl was crazy.
Yeah.
Right?
But I think that's because Littlefinger was poisoning her, but
she was crazy.
We'll not get into the weeds too much.
Ugh.
All right. Any other characters, Jess, you want to throw out there into the Game of Thrones universe, crossing them up with Disney? You don't have to. I threw this out there unannounced.
I feel like if I had time to think about it, I could probably be like, which one would fall under Clegane? But no. No, I'm just looking at a map and curious. But,
well, let's throw it out to the listeners.
Yeah, I like that idea.
If you think you have a great Game of Thrones Disney pairing, or if you could sort a Disney character into a Game of Thrones house you think is a great match, let us know. Find us on social media. Find that Instagram post where I have the picture of the evil queen and comment on that. Or find us on one of our other social media platforms. Send us a message. Call us on Google Voice because we want to get your feedback on this. All right, Jess, let's call it a night.
Let's call it a night.
We have that article on Disney Plus fresh on the website, so check out disoriented.me. If you're hearing this podcast and you have not already, rate and review us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your pod service of choice.
Please.
Yes, and also we are about 10 days out from date of this recording to Avengers Endgame.
Oh my goodness.
I'm going to re-release onto the feed a previous panel discussion we had about Avengers Infinity War to get everyone kind of primed up and let us remember our own thoughts about that. So if you have any comments on Avengers, reach out to us as well because we want to think about maybe doing another panel discussion for that.
Okay.
All right, Jess, thank you.
Thank you.
We will talk to y'all later. Have a good night.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Disoriented. You can find us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Disoriented. Our website is disoriented.me, and you can call us at area code 716-508-0709. We'd love to hear all of your Disney questions and all of your feedback. Thanks for listening, and have a great day.
Ugly old thing. Yet it has a certain appeal. The Lysa Arryn of jazz.